What's up everybody, Grayson here. I just wanted to share with you before and after pictures of all the action figures that I've customized so far in chronological order. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, first of all the Spartan Hayabusa armor from Halo 3. Not really much to say about this one. The original dark grey steel color figure is super expensive, so I thought I would just buy the red one and paint it grey myself. Of course with an added dragon sword accessory, which makes it look much cooler. Then the Arbiter from Halo 3. This is one of my dearest figures actually. He was supposed to be in camouflage and thus was entirely translucent, but I painted it to bring it to life. I think it came out great and he looks awesome standing next to the chief. Now I've always wanted a Shirtless Batman figure to pit in a sword fight against one of my Rachel Bull ones, and while the hair didn't come out great, especially in the chest area, I did carve a scimitar out of wood and that one did come out alright. So aside from the hair, this figure is pretty good in my opinion. For those of us who grew with Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man, seeing him in the black costume for the first time was something really special, so this figure was a no-brainer for me in that sense. Apart from restoring his left hand, which was broken, I carved a gargoyle out of wood to be able to replicate the scene in which he is about to take off the symbiote costume with the sound from the bells of the church. I have an entire video dedicated to the making of this figure, for which I will leave a link below, but this is Fierce Deity Link from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, my second favorite video game of all time, and this is my favorite version of Link, who is one of my favorite video game characters of all time, so yeah, everything's favorite with this figure and I'm very happy of how it turned out. Darkclaw. This one is kind of obscure. He's the product of a collaboration between DC and Marvel in the 90s. He's an amalgamation of Wolverine and Batman. I'm quite happy about this one because I was literally about to throw away the Wolverine figure because it sucks, and I decided to turn him into something better. The Tribal Spirit costume from Ninja Gaiden 2. One of my favorite costumes in the entire series by far. This was the first figure I ever customized almost 4 years ago. But then 2 years later I upgraded it by giving him an Eclipse Scythe. He's the first part of a set of figures for which I too have an entire video, which I will link below. Aside from the scythe, I gave him the right gauntlet of the Falcon's Talons. The traditional dark blue figure holds a special place in my heart, not only because it's the original costume for Ryu Hayabusa, but because it was the first time I experimented with soft goods. I gave him real bandages for his forearms and shins, and I also gave him the Blade of the Archfiend, which turned out pretty cool. The Doppelgänger figure is not only my greatest achievement in customization, he's also one of my favorite figures in my entire collection, and he represents one of the most entertaining enemies to fight in the entire Ninja Gaiden series, so it was only fitting that I gave him the Lunar Staff, which is my favorite weapon from the games. I really love this figure and I'm extremely proud of how it turned out. If you're into The Legend of Zelda and action figures, you know when it comes to Ganondorf, there's very few options to choose from. This is a 3D printed statue for which I am taking elements from his appearances in both Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. I haven't finished, but I hope it will be good enough to honor the greatest video game villain there's ever been. So that was it. I hope you liked the figures, the video, and I leave you with a final glance at this, my custom action figure collection. My pride and joy. See you next time, guys.